It seems like out of all the stories told throughout history, the stories involving tragedy seem to stick around the longest. People seem to have an infatuation with these tragic tales, oftentimes morphing them over time, turning them into infamous horror stories. When it comes to American tales of horror, the story of Amityville has definitely earned its place at the round table. All stories have a beginning, and the Amityville horror begins in a small town of Amityville, located on Long Island, New York. On November 13, 1974, the house found at 108 Ocean Avenue turned from a family home to a ghastly murder scene. Ronald and Louise DeFeo were murdered in their sleep, along with their 4 children, Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John. Ronald DeFeo Jr., being the only family member left alive, was later arrested for the crime, convicted, and sentenced to prison. Let's fast forward a year to the moving in of the Lutz family to the Long Island home. The Lutz family consisted of George and Kathy, along with their 3 children, Daniel, Christopher, and Missy. Now, this is when, depending on the person you are talking to, the story becomes a bit convoluted. Let us first talk about the nightmarish story told by the Lutz family. According to the Lutz family, they quickly came to realize that when it came to their new home, there was a dark layer beneath the surface. Paranormal happenings such as doors being ripped from their hinges, cabinets opening and slamming shut, noxious green slime oozing from the ceiling, swarms of insects plaguing the home, and demonic faces and voices conjured throughout the home. The media and self-proclaimed ghost hunters, including the Warrens, perpetuated the interest in this case, including the creation of a book titled The Amityville Horror. Images, such as this one shown, displays the possible image of one of the DeFeo's children's ghosts left behind in the home after their violent end. Now, like most stories, it is important to dig a little deeper into the details to legitimize claims, especially such fantastical ones. The word hoax has always surrounded the Amityville case. From the start of this case, many people pointed towards the Lutz family, accusing them of fabricating the story for personal gains. Discoveries such as the doors and hinges being the home's original, to alleged claims to the police that never occurred, to weather patterns described during the night not matching, all point towards this story being simply made up. The nail in the coffin was a discussion with William Weber, who was Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s lawyer, in which he described creating the story in collaboration with the Lutzes for publicity and monetary gain. As we mentioned, depending on the person you speak with, you will receive a completely different story of the Amityville Horror House. With the facts or not, I would bet that the story, along with its paranormal claims, are here to stay.